that they make her come home, you know, and it's just, how does that even work? That you've got professionals downstairs in their car, and they haven't even bothered to pick up the phone and phone mum. You know, it's just awful, isn't it? Yeah, I think the relationship can be mended. I think mum's dealing with her own issues, and I think the daughter's dealing with hers. Yes, really overwhelmed. So I'm her vent. I'm like, come on, you can vent to me. But actually, she had a really lovely weekend with her. You know, she listened. They watched film together. She made her mum a card. You know, and it's like, just take those moments. You know, and don't look much further than that at the minute. But yeah, you know, I said to them, if this man is coming with FaceTime and telephone messages with, have you done your checks? Because, you know, and they were like, oh, what sort of checks do you mean? I said, well, you know, they're separated. They've not been in each other's lives for 7 years. You're talking about meeting up with dad and potentially her going to live with dad, which is a shock to mum. I said, but what checks have you done? So there was like Claire's law, all that sort of stuff. You could check. It's ludicrous. They're not even supervising this contact with this dad, who I just don't get it, Fiona. You know, and all this acting out the teenagers doing. Who knows what conversation she's having with this man? You know, who's managing that relationship to guide her, to support her, to work through it with her? You know, it's not. They don't get it, you know, and I think it's escalated up, which I'm glad, to child in need, because it's like, it's not early help. It's, you know, to be at breaking point to this point. But yeah, so Plymouth, this is Plymouth. Yeah, they're just so stretched. They're just so stretched, you know. Nope. Yeah, so I've had to do more work. No, still not heard. I worked on Monday because I had a meeting on Monday. So I worked on Monday and went into the office and sat in the office, and still no outcome. But Bethan's chasing again because we're coming to the end of the quarter. Well, the end of our contract. You know? We've closed 2. Because one hadn't even come through to us, and one, our gatekeeper saw the referral and was like, can you just make